What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so it's time for us to jump back into more Marvel comics. And today guys, we are going to jump into Fear Itself storyline. Now guys, usually on Fridays, we were covering Brian Michael Bendis' run on the Avengers, both Avengers and New Avengers that took place after Marvel Siege. Now the thing is though guys, for us to jump into Avengers Volume 3 and New Avengers Volume 3, we have to cover Fear Itself storyline. And so guys, last week we covered the prelude. But this week guys, we are going to cover part 1 and part 2 of Fear Itself. Now, my goal is to get through this event a tad bit faster than we did with Marvel Siege. And so I might combine 2 or 3 books into one video and also skip over some tie-ins so we can get through this event a whole lot faster and jump back into Brian Michael Bendis Avengers and New Avengers. But anyways guys, let's go ahead and jump into Fear Itself part 1 and part 2. Now guys, when it comes to Fear Itself part 1, with this storyline right here guys, we do pick up with Steve Rogers and Shannon Carter. Now guys, at this point in Marvel Comics, Steve Rogers is still not Captain America. Matter of fact, that name belongs to Bucky. He's right now Captain America. Steve Rogers is just the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. Now the thing is though guys, Steve Rogers and Shannon Carter, they are here in the middle of New York trying to keep a protest a peaceful protest. Because you have a bunch of people right now protesting about something going on Ground Zero. The thing is though, as the protest is going on, it turns from a peaceful protest into a full-on riot. And so you have people kind of like attacking each other, attacking policemen, even attacking Steve Rogers and Shannon Carter. Now, we do jump over to Antarctica. And the thing is though guys, we pick up with Sin. Now guys, remember, Sin is the daughter of the Red Skull. And we talked about her in our prelude video over this event right here. And the thing is though guys, Sin found a book that belonged to her father. And in that book, she found out about a hammer that landed back in the year of, oh sorry, I don't know what year it was, sorry, 1942. But a hammer did land in the year 1942 in the middle of World War II. And the thing is though guys, with this hammer landing, it's kind of like Thor's hammer. Only a worthy person for the hammer can move the hammer. And the thing is though, Red Skull was not worthy. None of his men were not worthy for this hammer. And so what Red Skull did was he basically left a bunch of men to protect the hammer, but to study the hammer until they are able to find a way to move the hammer. And the thing is though guys, they have been there ever since the beginning of World War II. Ever since. And the thing is though guys, you're probably wondering, okay, well how are they still alive still though? Well, thanks to Red Skull science, they never aged. They stayed alive the same age ever since the hammer landed in the year 1942. And so they've been there ever since, the same age, studying the hammer to find a way to move the hammer. Now, you do have Sin go inside this building, and she does kill a bunch of the scientists just to get to the hammer. And the thing is though guys, as soon as she finds the hammer, she says, I have to touch it because the hammer belongs to me. And the thing is though guys, as soon as she puts a fingertip on the hammer, a fingertip, she turns into a godly character, kind of like Thor. As soon as Thor got the hammer, he was full power. And just like that, she is also full power. And she turns into a character named Skadi. I cannot pronounce the name. It's Skadi. Now, we do jump over to the Avengers. And the thing is though, guys, you have the Avengers wondering what happened at Ground Zero, because it was a peaceful protest, but it turned into a full-on riot. And so you have Shannon Carter tell the Avengers, listen, there's no bad guys influence at all. Like, we test every single way we can to figure out if there's some kind of bad guy out there influencing the people of New York. And the thing is though, there's no bad guy influence at all. The people were literally mad at the heroes about Ground Zero. And so you have Iron Man say, listen, the people are mad because we have not given anything back to them. We had the Civil War, the invasion, Marvel Siege. We had all these things happen, and we basically did not try to even give anything back to the innocent people. All we did is fight and fight and fight and destroy things around them or destroy things they own. We should give things back to them. And so we jump over to Braxton, Oklahoma, and you have you have Tony Stark talk to Braxton, Oklahoma people. Now guys, remember, Braxton, Oklahoma was the home of Asgard throughout Dark Reign and Marvel Siege. When Asgard was reborn, it floated right above Braxton, Oklahoma. But the thing is though, the Sentry destroyed Asgard, and that crashed all over Braxton, Oklahoma back in the end of Marvel Siege. And so you have Iron Man talking to the people of Braxton and saying, listen, it's time for us to give back to you guys. It's time for us to help you guys out. And the way for us to help you guys out is to basically give you guys jobs. We are bringing 5,000 jobs to this city. And this is our way to start helping out the innocent people of Braxton, Oklahoma. Now, we do jump over to Odin. Now guys, Odin is walking through the ruins of Asgard. And the thing is though, he realized the hammer of Skadi is alive. Somebody worthy was able to grab the hammer. And he knows that the serpent is coming to the world. Now, we don't know who the serpent is just yet, but all we know is that the serpent is coming. And when he does, it's all hell on earth. Now, the thing is though, as he's talking about Skadi being alive again, the hammer being moved, you have Zatu the Watcher kind of like staring at him. And as he's staring at him, you have Odin just saying a lot of hurtful things to the Watcher. But the thing is though, the Watcher does not say anything at all. The Watcher just walks away. And that's how we know the Watcher knows what is going to happen on this earth, because he saw what Odin did years ago. Now, you do have Thor try to talk to his father, kind of like, Father, listen, why are you not with us with the Avengers and everything? And the thing is though, you have Odin say, we do not belong here, son. We belong in the world of Asgard. I can literally rebuild Asgard with a snap of my fingers. Why are we still here? And you have Thor saying, because this, with us being here right now, this can show our partnership with the mortals. This is a way to make things better for both us gods and the mortals, because we basically need each other. The mortals need us and the gods need them. And so you have Odin tell Thor, no, we don't need them. We do not need them at all. Matter of fact, it's time for us to return home to Asgard. Now we do pick up with Sin once again, who's right now going by the name Skadi. And the thing is though, guys, as she's going by the name Skadi, she is going somewhere because something is calling her. And as she's going all over the world, underwater, fighting all these different kind of creatures, she thinks that it's her father calling her. But the thing is though, it's not her father. It is a man calling himself the true All-Father of Asgard. And it's kind of like, what do you mean that you are the true All-Father of Asgard. Now, we do jump back over to the Avengers and the Asgardians. And the thing is though, you have the Avengers and the Asgardians talking to one another, just having a great fun, dinner. The thing is though, Odin realized that the serpent is also awake, and it's time for him and his Asgardians to return to Asgard. And so you have Odin tell the Asgardians, we are leaving. We are leaving right now, so let's go. Now you do have Thor kind of like, Father, we are not leaving. We are here to basically work now alongside with the mortals, the men of the earth. And the thing is though, you have Odin just beat up on Thor and say, no, we're leaving. It's time for us to go, because this planet, Earth, is about to get wiped out. And it's time for us to go ahead and go now. And so you have Odin take all the Asgardians to the magical realm of Asgard. But the thing is though, as soon as he leaves, a bunch of more hammers starts to crash down on Earth. Now guys, when it comes to Fear Itself Part 2, we do pick up with the Asgardians. And the thing is though guys, the Asgardians are right now returning to the realm of Asgard. Now the thing is though guys, as soon as they arrive, you have Odin say, listen, it's time for us to rebuild Asgard and get ready for the worst to come. And the only way we can do that is if we start right now. If we start right now and try to rebuild Asgard, we could possibly be ready for what is going to come. Now, you have Thor basically come out at his father and say, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you, Father? You taught me that Asgardians, gods, we are supposed to lead as an example, to show them how powerful we are, how fearless we are. But here we are right now, running away because you're afraid of something called the serpent. Dad, listen, we need to help the mortals. We need to help Earth out. They need our help. And the thing is though guys, you have Odin to snap at Thor, like, son, you were king for a blink of an eye. You were king for a brief moment. And in that brief moment, Asgard fell down by a mere mortal. Now he's talking about the century. But the thing is though guys, you have Thor kind of like, Father, we are doing the wrong thing. And you have Odin kind of like, I don't care. Matter of fact, son, I see that I cannot change your mind. And you have Odin tell some bodyguards to lock Thor away in the prison that Odin made to basically keep Thor locked away. Now, we do jump over to Juggernaut. And the thing is though guys, you have Juggernaut right now just working out in this prison. And the thing is though guys, out of nowhere, a hammer, the same kind of hammer that Sin picked up back in part 1, Juggernaut finds one crashing right next to him. And he's kind of like, okay, this is weird. What is this hammer? And he picks up the hammer and he turns into a god just like Sin. And so it's kind of like, well, that's not good. You now have two people who are basically Thor. Juggernaut is not even more powerful than Thor, because he was already a powerful character, but now with the hammer, he's even more powerful. Now, we do jump over to the Avengers, and the thing is though guys, the Avengers are getting, all these different kind of information all over the world saying, hey, we have riots going on. People are doing crazy things all over the world. They're getting all these crazy reports. And you have Steve Rogers say, Avengers assemble. Like, I don't care if you're a reserve member. We need all hands on deck. The whole world has gone crazy. We have people just rioting. We have people doing crazy things. We're getting all these crazy reports right now from all over the world. Now, we do jump over to Bruce Banner and Betty Ross. Now guys, remember, Betty Ross at this point in Marvel Comics, she is Red She-Hulk. And the thing is though, guys, just like Juggernaut, a hammer lands right near Bruce Banner and Betty Ross, and they transform into their Hulk forms and say, let's go check it out. And when they get there, you have Hulk grab the hammer, and he also turns to a god, just like Sin did in part 1, just like Juggernaut did earlier in this chapter. Now you have 3 people who are powerful as Thor, or even more powerful than Thor. And the thing is though, guys, we jump over to South Africa, and we pick up with Absorbing Man and Titania. I really hope I pronounced her name correctly. And the thing is though, guys, you have Titania doing the same thing that Hulk did, that Juggernaut did, that even Sin did in part 1. A hammer crashes near her, and she picks up the hammer. And now you have 4 people with the power of Thor. Now, we do jump over to the Serpent, the main bad guy of this storyline. And he says, it's time. It's time for us to attack the world. And he sends all these different army forces all over the world. He's kind of like, it's time for me to end everything. Now, real quick side note, guys, we also have a 5th person get a hammer, and this person's name is Atuma, and he also gets a hammer, and he's leading some of the forces that are attacking the world right now, who are working for the Serpent. And to wrap up part 2, and to wrap up this video, the Earth gets shielded in some kind of green shield. And that wraps up today's video. And guys, I do hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, please leave me a like down below, and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video.